A new machine learning program calculates the total virus death toll in China. It estimates that CCP virus deaths are close to 2 million. This is a far cry from Beijing's official reported death toll of around 4,500.
The COVID death toll in China could be more than 300 times higher than Beijing's official reports. This is according to an investigation by UK-based newspaper The Economist. The figure would put the number of deaths in China at around 1.7 million rather than 4,600. To obtain this number, The Economist built a machine learning program. It calculates the number of excess deaths, or unnatural deaths, for every day since the pandemic began. The newspaper provides links for those interested in inspecting their model and methodology. In addition to The Economist's investigation, there are two other indications that China might be underreporting virus deaths. This is what George Cahoon, the director of the Quantitative Finance Program at Stevens Institute of Technology, tells NTD's David Zhang. One is that China hasn't reported a single virus death for the past 2 years.
Since April 15th, 2020, China has reported 0 COVID deaths on the mainland. I think that's impossible. It's medically impossible, it's statistically impossible. And remember, in 2020, there was no vaccine, there was no treatment, so you had an unprotected population that has shown 0 COVID deaths, even though they've had tens of thousands of cases.
The United Nations compiles data of year-over-year deaths, regardless of cause, of all the countries in the world. From 2019 to 2021, China had an unexpected and sharp increase in the number of deaths. Cahoon says this is another indication of possible underreporting of virus deaths.
The trend line is flat for China in terms of the increase in that number every year going back 10 years. And then it suddenly jumps by a factor of 4 in 2019, and it jumps again in 2020 and again in 2021. And you do the math on that, and there's about 1 million deaths in China in those 3 years that surpass the trend line that you would expect. So something happened that caused 1 million extra deaths in China in those 3 years.
Cahoon says authorities' reporting of 0 virus deaths could be a result of Beijing's zero COVID mandate. That has also led authorities to impose strict and rigid lockdowns on populated cities. But the lockdown could be hurting China's economy.
One place that you can see the effect, I think, is in the stock market. Every developed stock market, financial market in the world is up significantly in the last year or two, except for China. I'm not trying to say that that's all because of the lockdown, but the lockdown is going to be one of the factors.
According to a survey from the University of Washington, China is the world's only country that has not provided complete data on unnatural deaths during the pandemic period.